Welcome back to week 44 of my Paragon top 5 plays. Before we go any further, I wanted to let you guys know that the winner each week will now receive a skin code for a hero in Paragon. So if you want a chance to win, send your clips to www.paragooners.com. As always, a link is in the description below. Kicking us off is I Am Death on Aurora. With all of our allies dead and the enemy pushing their inhibitor, all hope seems lost, but I Am Death grabs the stealth buff and attempts to make a last ditch effort to save it. He comes from behind completely invisible, he lands a 3-man ultimate followed up by a few auto attacks, managing to root Aurora under the tower and finishes her off, saving the inhibitor and allowing his team to win the game. With Grux unable to finish the inhibitor, it's up to Aztec on Decker to take it down. He uses his rocket boots to jump past any incoming damage while focusing the inhibitor. He manages to take it down, but the enemy team are surrounding him with the damage piling on. He's knocked back, but it actually helps him as he heads straight for the jungle with 1 HP remaining. The Aurora misses her whole thrust, but the enemy are still in pursuit. Aurora again misses her glacial charge and Decker is almost home free, but there's now a Muriel right on her tail. Aztec makes a risky move attempting to kill the stealth buff as Muriel fails to land her Serenity. Decker narrowly misses an auto attack from Howitzer and barely dodges the R2000 rocket. Thankfully her team have come to clean up, allowing Aztec to safely retreat. Rampage and Aurora get caught out in the enemy jungle, but Aurora manages to get her ultimate off before she dies. The Cryosesm was only applied to 3 enemies, but as the rest of the enemies group up, it spreads to all 5 of them. The Steel Ult comes crashing down, followed up by the Long Arm of the Law and Black Hole, and the enemy are obliterated instantly. Babin 13 on Aurora is ready to make that game-winning play as soon as the enemies group up. She patiently waits and then lands a huge 5-man Cryosesm. Decker's cage is perfectly placed containing all the enemies, allowing Grux to whack everything in his path and cleanse Monolith of those enemies. Smartman 2796 on Gideon and his allies land a fantastic wombo combo as the enemy Aurora completely misses her Cryosesm, providing an opportunity to counter. As the enemies group up, Aurora lands a 5-man Cryosesm. With Gideon and Howitzer both ulting the enemies from above, they disappear in the blink of an eye. Congratulations to Smartman 2796 for submitting that awesome wombo combo. You've won yourself a Paragon skin. This week's bonus clip comes from iFellas on Muriel, who's up against the best Paragon team in the world, Carbon EU. As Carbon EU are close to finishing off Orb Prime, iFellas is able to steal the last hit at the very last second, activating Orb Prime for his allies. This allows Mr. Wacko on Feng Mao to take an inhibitor and gave them a huge advantage. If you enjoyed this week's episode, smash that thumbs up button. Remember, for a chance to win a Paragon skin, send your clips to www.paragooners.com. Subscribe to stay up to date with the series, and I'll see you guys soon.